Got the AR Pro wing on 3S, a 3S 6200. Flies good on 3S. We'll have to see how this does. And there's no camera. We just have a weight in the nose to balance it, which is an old motor taped in as a ballast weight. It's flying really well. Let's get a full speed rip 3S. Nice. So stable with this weight. Not as fast as the 4S. Flies very well. Yeah, 3S is enough. You do have to give it full throttle on takeoff, and it will sustain. A 3S 6200 pack. Flies really well on 3S, and it actually sounds different. 4S has a different sound to it. Very efficient, man. Whoa, you can feel the weight on that thing, man. It feels a little loosey-goosey with the weight. It's not as nimble as the 4S 3300. Beautiful flyer, man. I love the white. Very easy to see. Definitely feels heavy with this pack, but I believe this will cut through the air really nicely. I mean, I know they built this thing to handle a lot of weight, and it's copied off of the dang, now I can't remember the name of that wing. It was a wing that came out that had it had a stabilized camera, a 1080p camera on the nose, and it was completely computerized on the screen. It gave you your height, it gave you like OSD in there. It was before its time. This wing, I think it had a 5000 3S. I believe it was 3S. I'm pretty sure, yeah. Back then, 3S used to be everything, and then 4S, and then they just keep raising it, you know, 6S, 8S, 12S, which 8S and 12S are not the common, but 6S and 4S are definitely, I would say, more common than the 3S. But 3S is a cheaper battery, and in my opinion, 3S is pretty efficient. It doesn't have the performance of 4S. I mean, you're not gonna race, you know, a 3S versus a 4S. I mean, there are certain caveats to that. There are some planes that are 3S that are, you know, 100+ miles an hour, but for the most part, 3S is, in my opinion, an efficiency setup, and 4S is more performance, and then 6S is obviously more performance than 4S. So 3S, I would say, is the bottom pole of performance, but I feel like it is the top for efficiency. My 3S, well, I mean, I do have a 2S, which is even more efficient. So I have a Dart 250 on a 3400 2S, and that thing is super efficient. So I don't know how long we've been up. It says 7 minutes. So stable, man. I love it. So we'll land this at 8 minutes, and we'll see how much battery is left. But it is flying very well. No complaints. Definitely is cutting through the air a lot better with the heavier pack, but it's also a lot sloppier. It doesn't feel as, I feel like if you were going to run this, you would have to give it more throws. The lighter the plane is, the less throws it needs to maneuver. So I think this one is kind of out of the range. It feels really loose on the throws, but it's very stable. There's our, oh, we're at 8.5 minutes. So we reached our timer. Here we go. Dropping the throttle. Oh, she drops. Nice. Nice. 9 minutes and 15 seconds, and we are going to see how much battery this used.
There's red on it, and green too. Red
Yep.
is the good one, and white is the bad one. Red is the good, white is the bad.
I can see why the Optera uses a folding prop setup, because this thing comes in with this pack, it comes in pretty hot. I mean, it dropped fast.